Now, over on X, I showed a glimpse of my Atari 5200, and a couple of the guys over there I hang with, at Beep Fixer and at the Top Loader 82, they commented that they thought the 5200 was just a clone of the 2600. Well, I'm here on this episode of Adventures with Big Pappa J to put these two systems head to head, game to game, and see which one comes out on top, the 2600 or the Atari 5200. Let's get after it. Okay, so before we start the comparison, let's look at the hardware I'm using. I'm using an Atari 2600 Plus. It's a newly manufactured system available from Atari. I have two different controllers. This baby plays the 2600 games and the 7800 games, and I have that hooked to this TV. Now, up over here, we have the much beloved and much maligned Atari 5200. Look at that beauty. These things are hard as hell to find in working condition, but I managed to scam one. Took me 3 tries and a lot of money. So there it is. This is my favorite 8-bit system. Come sue me. So I have this baby. There's no way to hook it to a modern TV, so I have it hooked to this TV through the regular RF feed we used to use way back in the day. Now, the controllers I'm using, this is the 5200 controller, and it's as bad as you've heard. So I control the game system using those buttons, and I control the gameplay using this joystick. And it is hooked into a Y adapter to the 5200. So the games we're going to compare on the 2600, Defender, Ms. Pac-Man, Centipede, Joust, and Popeye, all for the 2600. Those games will be going up against their counterparts. Defender, Ms. Pac-Man, Centipede, Joust, and Popeye, all for the 5200. So here is Defender for the Atari 2600. This game is much beloved. Now you'll see the swarmers are in packs, and it only takes one hit to destroy a whole pack of swarmers. If I can hit them. Yeah. Now when you fire, your ship disappears. Why? Because they didn't have the programming ability to have the ship and the laser blast on screen all at once. So here's Defender on the mighty Atari 5200. This game is amazing. Let's take a look. Alright, we're going to start this baby up. Here we go. Now, as you can see, the sounds are already much better. The graphics are already much better. This thing, and that explosion. Look at that explosion. This game rocks. I mean, look how fast and smooth it moves. All the explosions, are arcade accurate. It's really a great version. Here is Ms. Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Probably, in my opinion, the best game on the 2600. And my second favorite arcade game of all time. So let's take a look. All right, we got the nice opening. This game controls well. Woohoo! You almost got me. The ghosts don't really behave like they do in the arcade, but That's okay. We can overlook that. All right, so here's Ms. Pac-Man on the Atari 5200. I love this version of Ms. Pac-Man. Oh, listen to that pokey chip. I love this version of Ms. Pac-Man. It runs a little bit slower. And again, the ghosts don't behave as they do in the arcade. When they go into that little reverse thing, they each head to their own respective corner. And oh yeah. But here they just reverse and continue to chase you. And you'll see you can see the point values for the ghosts as you're eating the ghosts. The fruit as you eat the fruit. It is really a solid version of Ms. Pac-Man. Here's Atari Centipede. You'll notice this has a nice opening screen. Early Atari games did not. In fact, most Atari games did not until way later in the system's life have an actual title screen. This game is my very favorite arcade game of all time. The spider sounds great. I guess there's a trackball for the 2600 I need to get, which I do not have. But this game feels like Centipede. It doesn't look like Centipede. You'll see everything's blocks. All your mushrooms are blocks. Let's go. Your little centipede parts can interact with each other instead of changing directions when they hit each other. But damn it, this doesn't feel like Centipede. Oh, man. Here's the Atari 5200 version. Now this one should be played with a trackball because it's that close to the arcade. The stick just doesn't do it justice. Let's see. The sounds are amazing because it uses the exact same sound chip that the arcade used. It's indistinguishable from the arcade. But the movement's a bit rough because this analog stick you think would be a better setup, but somehow it isn't. It's hard to put my guy right where I want him. Ha, that spider, you ain't getting me, punk. Oh yeah, let's go. The colors are great in this. The gameplay is pretty spot on. I'm actually doing pretty okay. I'm usually ass at this version. Woo! That flea almost got me. Now the flea doesn't look like he does in the arcade. He actually looks better than the arcade. So as you can see, this version just smokes on the 2600 version. All right, here's Joust for the Atari 2600. Again, pretty basic. Only one color for your guys. Let's take a look. The sounds are really good. Oop, I died. The sounds are really good for the 2600. Jeez, I'm getting my ass whooped. But you can see the platforms are pretty plain. The movement is a little bit. There we go. And the eggs do not land. In the arcade, the eggs land and eventually hatch. And a rider comes out, jumps on the egg, and off you go. But not on this version. On this version, the eggs just float around until they hatch into a bird, and now you got to fight the bird. Here's Joust for the mighty Atari 5200. You can see already a lot more details. I've spent some hours with this one. Oops, come on. See the artifacting on the right side of the screen? Just how games were sometimes back then. That's not emulation. None of my games are emulated. They're all original games on mostly original hardware. Sometimes it's a new version of the hardware, but it's always the the original software. And in this case, it's the original software and hardware. All right, here is Popeye for the 2600. Really a decent port of the game. It's missing a few elements. But the background music carried over. There's my spinach floating over there. That's spinach right there. There's Bluto. He looks like Bluto or Brutus, depending on what generation of Popeye cartoons you're watching. You gotta grab these hearts, and you gotta punch. There's supposed to be a sea hag comes out and throws beer bottles at you. Here, a beer bottle just comes flying. See, that's supposed to be a beer bottle. And the sea hag throws the beer bottle at you. Oh, Bluto, he'll throw 4 at you. It's supposed to throw 4 at once. But given the sprite limitations, he just throws 1 at a time. And now I've got my spinach, and Bluto is gone. Here's the final game in our comparison. Now you look at these graphics versus the 2600 and you realize, wow, you really are taking a step up. So let's take a look. The sounds are arcade accurate because of that much loved pokey chip. Aha, got Bluto. This game is so good. See my can of spinach over there on the left. You see the sea hag throwing the bottles. You see Bluto throwing his bottles. And they actually look like bottles. Now, the graphics for Bluto are pretty weak. Got you, you fat son of a, you big bully. It's the difference between a real sailor and a pirate. Popeye, much like myself, is a real sailor. And so there you have it, my friends. The difference between 2600 and 5200. I hope this was instructional. I hope it was fun. These are my favorite kinds of videos to watch because I have a morbid fascination with home versions of arcade games and the differences between the arcade and each other. I love this kind of video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this video as much as I enjoyed making this video. And this is Adventures with Big Pappa J, and I'll see you later.